Okay, so here we have the year 1 learning work for welding. I'm going to start off by telling you guys, you can see it's year 1, subject welding. There's the date you guys are writing. Then we have the topics that you guys need to study. We're starting by number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6 and number 7. With each topic you can see there is a page number allocated. That page number is the page that is in this, your learner guide, the file you have that you're taking home with you. I'll go through each of them separately now. So the first one we're starting with, it says number 1, steps to handle an injury. It is on page 9 in your study guide, your learner guide. I'm going to open for you guys so you can see. Okay, there you can clearly see it says page 9 and it says 6.2. What are the steps to follow when handling an injury? So number 1, we have assess the wound. Number 2, stop the bleeding. Number 3, disinfect the wound. Number 4, put a dressing on the wound. Number 5, send the learner to the office. And then number 6, phone the parents. Please remember that these are steps that you have to follow, so we need to follow them in the correct order. So when you are writing them down as well, it needs to be in the correct order from number 1 up to number 6. Then we're moving on to number 2, safety equipment, PPE. That is the safety equipment that you guys are using when you are doing practical work in the workshop. You will see it says technical knowledge. That means that it is the knowledge that you picked up while you were doing practical work. That's the safety equipment that you wear to protect yourself when we are doing practical work. Then number 3, components of the inverter arc welder. It is on page 16 of your files. Here we are clearly on page number 16 and the last part that says components. So you need to study all the names of the parts of this picture so that you can know number 1 is a carry handle and where number 1 goes on the picture. In the exam or test you might get a picture where you have to write the names, or you will get the names and you have to draw the picture with the names. Then we can move on to number 4, measuring tools on page number 10. Okay, there we have page number 10. You'll see it says measuring tools on top, and at the bottom you will see the number 10. You need to study the picture of each of these tools as well as the name, because in the test you might get the picture where you have to write the name of the tool, or you will get the name of the tool and you have to draw a picture about the tool. Then topic number 5, it is hand tools on page 11 and 12. Here we have page 11, all these tools. The same story, you need to study the picture as well as the names, because you might get a picture where you have to write the names, or you will get a name and you have to draw a picture about that. That's the first 9 hand tools, and on page 12 you have the rest, all the way up to the end of page 12. Then topic number 6, the characteristics of non-ferrous metals on page 13. If you open up on page number 13, you will see on top it says non-ferrous metal, and then you get a long sentence that says non-ferrous metal does not contain iron, therefore it is not magnetic and is more resistant against corrosion or rust than ferrous metals. So the characteristics, as I've just mentioned, you will study, there is 3 of them. The first one is does not contain iron, it is not magnetic, then it is more resistant against corrosion or rust. Those are your three characteristics for non-ferrous metals. Then topic number 7, it's the characteristics of ferrous metals. It's on page 14. As with the non-ferrous metals, there is a sentence. This full sentence says ferrous metal contains iron and it is magnetic. It is also less resistant against rust. So the three characteristics for ferrous metals: it contains iron, it is magnetic, and it is less resistant against corrosion or rust. That is that, guys. That's your learning work. Hopefully you understand this and you will be able to answer properly when you are writing the test. Good luck.
So what time is it?